Yes, sirree, it's little old me, that gal with a wiggle that makes the boys giggle, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. And the show, as you know, is Movie Macabre. I mean, maybe that goes without saying, but if I didn't say it, I'd be out of a gig. Dig? The movie this time around is a little number called Inn of the Frightened People. It's what you call an in movie, and it features about the most in person I know, Dynasty's own Alexis Joan Collins. Boy, I really like that chick. I mean, she is one dame who makes even me look like little goody two-shoes, and that takes some doing, I'll tell you. Yes, it's Joan Collins in yet another stirring portrayal. It's Inn of the Frightened People, another movie Mac biggie, and it's coming.
I kill him.
Boy, a bit of hostility if I ever heard it. I wonder how he'd take the news of his son making huggy with stepmom. Hey, I thought that inn was supposed to be full of frightened people. I mean, did anybody in that joint look terribly frightened to you? They all looked kind of like they were having a great time to me, you know, playing Pac-Man and swigging down the Watneys. And calling some tavern the Inn of the Frightened People was a dumb idea in the first place. Frightened people don't go out in public. They're too afraid. You need a name like the Dewdrop Inn or the In Crowd. How about In Your Ear? You know, something like that, more friendly. How about In Your... Me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Remember that one? Me neither. Oh, boy, what a swell topic to ask Elvira to make light of. I mean, Attila, the program director, really stuck it to me this time. I was hoping he'd give me something good to work with today.
Then how about tomorrow?
Nah, forget it, Jack. Not today, not tomorrow, never. You don't even know Attila. I mean, the man is a sadist. Oh, say, did you notice the way them three jokers went about tailing that bloke? That's what you call being real discreet. It's just lucky for them that he's so nearsighted. I mean, if they tailed him any closer, they could have asked him to drive. A couple of feet closer, and he would have been a hood ornament. Now that they've got him, they're just going to play it by ear, sort of like the way I do here on the show. Gee, maybe they'll take him back to the pub and use him as a dartboard.
Larry, you do it.
Well, I sure wish somebody in this movie would do something. I mean, besides pass the doggone buck. This ain't the Inn of the Frightened People. It's more like the Inn of the Bickering People. I don't want to do it. You do it. Oh, I don't want to do it. Hey, I know. Let's get Mikey. He'll do anything. Yeah, except maybe sit through a turkey like this. Well, by golly, now the tension is starting to mount. Just mark my words. Things are really going to start picking up soon. Just mark 'em. Why, I'm just itching to get back to the picture. I mean, just itching. Maybe I'm itching because the sofa has leaves. Looks like that idea they had of just playing it by ear hasn't worked out. What are they going to do with that geek? Good old Chester the molester. Well, let's see. They could choke him to death. Nah, too messy. They could starve him to death. That could take a couple of weeks. Hey, I've got it. They can make him sit through the rest of this movie and bore him to death. No, that is too cruel. That is too cruel. Well, now I guess it's back to the old drawing board. Boy, of all the rotten luck, having the police show up when you don't need them. So where are those guys when you really do need them? Usually hanging around some donut stand. You know, I think they ought to give serious consideration to just letting that guy go. I mean, ever since they bagged him, they've been at each other's throats. Especially Joni, baby. I mean, she has been at that stepson's throat every chance she gets. And I ain't so sure that part was even in the script. Joan ain't nobody's fool. Yes, young lady? I see you standing over there with your tongue hanging out. Do you have something you want to say?
You look dreadful. What's the matter?
Gee, I don't know. Could it be the lighting or Perhaps it's camera's too close. You can see my pores are hanging out. Come on, Lee. You know the rug he's talking about. He's talking about that one that Bowser of a Schnauzer went for, like the postman's trousers. You know, the one you guys used when you snagged that guy you got downstairs. Now, that guy in the basement, I mean, if my old pal Breather ever had a role model in life, it would have to be him. Same disheveled look, same Coke bottle glasses, same ugly... Now, who the heck could that be? As if I didn't know. Hello, Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
Hello, Elvira?
Oh, gee, well, what do you know? If it ain't my old pal Breathy Boy. I was just talking about you, Breather.
Yeah, I figured my ears were ringing.
Gee, I wish somebody would wring his neck. You look in the dictionary under disgusting. There's a picture of Breather. So what is it, chump?
Hey, well, it's time for another one of my wild and wacky ticklers, Elvira.
Oh, gee, so what else is new?
Well, did you hear the one about the butcher who backed into the meat grinder?
Gee, no, I can't say that I did.
He got a little behind in his work.
Oh, you are so sick! Ow! This week on Dynasty, Alexis leaves Dex professing her secret passion for Herman of Herman's Hermits. Well, this turkey's sort of like watching Dynasty. I mean, if you miss some of it, it don't really matter. And I'll tell you, I'm starting to feel sorry for that poor devil-chested molester. Well, he gets blamed for everything. Lee has a problem with his manhood. It's that guy's fault. The daughter gets a D on her midterms. Blame it on him. Jim's business is rotten. It's on account of him. And give that guy a break. Break. Did I say break? Well, sure sounds like a lead into a commercial to me. Here, Jim, I'm right over here. I just thought I'd come up for a bit of fresh air. Spot a tea and crumpet, you know. I say, Jim, is it time for me daily flogging yet? I am so sure the guy's gonna answer him, right? Well, looks like the inn of the frightened people is down to the inn of the frightened person. Now there's nobody left but Jim. Maybe he ought to rethink how he feels toward Chester. Or Seeley, take your pick. You know, right about now, he could use a friend. Right about now, I could use a drink, but that's another story for another time. The exciting conclusion to the story for this time is coming right up, so stay glued. You're watching Inn of the Frightened People on Movie Macabre. Boy, just when I was starting to feel sorry for that little rat, it turned out to be a little rat. And how is Jim supposed to explain what happened to the cops? That'll take some pretty fancy footwork. Oh, hello, police? Yeah, I'd like to report a hunting accident. No, I mean, it was, death by natural causes. No, wait, yeah, suicide. No, wait, let me start over. Okay, this bloke was sitting in the pub, see, when he was suddenly gored to death by this split small liquor bull. I mean, that's how he's gonna have to handle it. Of course, there's no word from Joan, Baby, and Lee. He just kind of jumped on the Vespa and rode off into the sunset. You know what they say, like mother, like son. But do they have to like each other that much? Well, according to the old clock on the wall, it's just about time for me to be punching on out. And like I always say, next week is another week. And something else I always say is, unpleasant dreams. Ha ha ha!